Caitlyn here. I'm with Wholesale Halloween Costumes, and if you'd like to see how I created this look, then just keep watching. I'm going to start off by putting my hair up into a black wig cap, and then I'm going to go in with red paint and a little paintbrush and just create little veins in a semicircle along my chest. So this is just a very rough outline of some veins going out. It helps if you follow the picture of Balor with this makeup look that he has. Then going in and just outlining the tongue and leaving little gaps to where the teeth overlap. Going to the face, I'm then just doing a little bit of a top gum line with a big smile with the same red paint. Then with a little flat paintbrush, I'm going in with white paint and just creating the pointy teeth all along the top jaw. Once the teeth are all done, go over them again once more for a second coat to make the white more prominent. Now with a medium-sized flat brush, go in with a dark pink and go over top of the red that we had previously done. This creates a two-dimension of the red peeking out to give a nice depth look. Now going back to the chest, I'm taking the same deep pink and I'm outlining and making the thicker lines of the veins around the chest. Now going down each vein, keeping them very thick at the top, and then they go thinner and thinner when they get to the bottom. Do this to all the veins on the chest. As you can see, some of the red pokes through underneath to give that dimension look. Now to fill in the tongue with a very light pink paint, leaving little gaps for where we're going to be putting a white highlight paint. Now with a white paint and a very tiny brush, I'm just filling in the little gaps for the highlight saliva look on the tongue. Now with a dark pink again, I'm just creating dimension and shade to the tongue. So staying to the edges the most and following it all around. With a red paint, I'm doing the exact same thing we just did with the pink and following it around all around the tongue, keeping it to the edges. Now with a very fine tip paintbrush, I'm going in and I'm just creating the teeth on the bottom jaw. So there should be 8 total on the bottom jaw. I'm just going to fill in 2 and then I'm going to outline where the rest are. Once I have them all outlined, then I bring them to a nice point and fill them in. Doing the same thing as I did on my face with the teeth, go over them for a second coat to make the white more prominent and so they stick out more. Going in with the exact same brush and more white paint, I'm then creating little highlights along the veins, making sure to keep on one side of it. You don't want to cover the whole thing because then it'll just mess it all up. You just want to follow one side of it to give that nice highlighted look and more dimension. Now with black paint and a medium thin brush, I'm just going in and outlining all the teeth on one side and then lightly filling it in. I like to work in sections. So I do this one side, then I go to the other, and then I fill in everything else with black. Now the one side's done, I then fill the rest in completely. Going to my face, I'm now outlining the teeth right close to the gum line. Once that's done, it's time to outline the tongue. Starting at the bottom, I'm just creating an outline all around the tongue, keeping it very thin and close to it. Making sure to outline where the teeth overlap the tongue as well. Once that's done, I'm then creating the little center crease that tongues naturally have. And I'm going to very, very carefully take that very thinly all the way down to the tip. Once that's all done, it's time to fill in the rest of my face with black, making sure to get really close to my eyes, but not in them because that would hurt. Once I have that all painted in, I'm then going to go in with a black eyeshadow and a very tiny brush, a fluffy brush. And I'm going to take that eyeshadow and put it right close to my lash line to cover and mask any skin that's peeking through. With the same brush and black eyeshadow, I'm then going to go to the tongue and create little grooves and indents that tongues naturally have. Now that the tongue is all contoured, I'm then going to go in and fill in completely all the little gaps between the veins that are on my chest. Now that all the little gaps are filled in, I'm going to go in with the same brush and the same color and just outline both sides of all the veins. It doesn't matter if you overlap it, that gives dimension and makes it really look like the veins are popping off of the chest. Then with a big fluffy brush, I'm just going to take a little more black and blend out the lines. It does not have to be perfect, it can be nice and choppy because going by the image, it's choppy looking for the shading. Finishing up all the little last touches of the shading, that is the finished look of Balor the wrestler. I really hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, share, favorite, and subscribe to Wholesale Halloween Costumes, as well as check out my channel by that link right above. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye!